Hey, good morning. It's Catherine, and welcome to the Daily One Command. And I'm just celebrating the fact that here. Okay, so this is an interesting morning. This is the joys of going live on a StreamYard, and this is how it's going to be. I'm not at all. And I tell you what it is. I'll tell you exactly what it is. My old way of making things happen when things weren't working was I always would joke and I'd say, "Oh, here is my secret. I got this secret, string of curse words that I use, and I'm actively working on not cussing. Do you think that could be it?" Enough of that. The Google gods have blessed me and said, yes, we may, we may proceed. Good morning, Miss Lauren. I appreciate you so much. Okay, so I just want to be sure and let everybody know before we get started that this is live. And if you want to be part of the broadcast, that I can see your comments or questions, which are really important to me, what you need to do is be sure and like the StreamYard app, which is either, it could be in the description above, below, or here to the right. Okay, be sure and like that. Okay, all right. So that's what you need to do so that I can see your comments. And I'm so happy that I'm surrounded by wonderful friends. Good morning, Miss Jody. Let's get started. So, in today's one command session, yesterday, I don't know if you were part of the call yesterday, but we did an open session and we focused on what you want. And that I got so many personal messages from people about it. What a powerful session that was. I thought that this week we would just be spending some time opening up space within us so that we can receive and having a new conversation with ourselves. So today's commands are, this session is specifically about what you need. Now tune into that word need to attract, create, or manifest for yourself. Now, I touched very lightly on that yesterday, and wanting is different than needing. I mean, heck, there's a famous song, I don't always get what I want, but I always get what I need. But what if you've got a deep sense within you that ultimately what you really need, you're never really going to get? That there's always something or someone or some circumstance that's stopping it, and you always have to take second place. You always have to get the substitute. You're always getting the generic version, not specifically what you wanted. Or if you do get you what you needed, it wasn't exactly what it was, or how you needed, or enough of what you needed. Right. So let's deal with that. Okay. So let's take a look at what our lens is for this command session. To take the risk to ask for whatever you need and want. If someone says no, you will not lose anything. If someone says yes, you have a lot to gain. And, we see, like our other topics that we discuss, these are kind of common themes. Hey, ask, knock and the door shall open, ask and it is given, right? And you'll receive. Ask and you'll receive. We hear that. But I want to go back to this, the risk. Take the risk to ask for whatever you need and want. And why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't we just ask? Why wouldn't we just let our needs be known? Well, there could be with that risk, there could be, like, if you were a kid and you were asking for something and your parents yelled at you or went, oh my God, this kid, this kid's always wanting something else. This kid's always needing something else. You and your complaints, right? Yeah, Jody, you got it exactly right. Fear of rejection. But where would that be based? Fear of punishment, right? And so you learn pretty quickly what you can or cannot ask for. And when we have a something happen to us, we very often we think, I have this belief. This belief created it, and because I'm not getting what I want to create, I'm in pain. Well, it's kind of the opposite, especially when we're growing up. It's something happens that causes us pain, then we tell ourselves about it, like why the belief, why it happened to us, and then we construct a story around it, and then we try to set up all the circumstances to make sure it never happens. And that you do this often enough, this becomes your default operating system. And it takes a long time to unwind that, even when you're in awareness. But have you noticed that when there's something greater that you want for yourself and you really want to make a change, you need to make a change when there's the needs seem to be getting bigger, more costly, more expensive, and it seems to exceed your capacity to meet them. What are we filling in that gap? Those beliefs. And so today we want to um, eliminate what we've put in there. We're going to reverse that energy. We're going to create a greater space, because that limiting, I'm trying to find new words, right? But if I say limiting beliefs, you know this, but it's actually a smaller capacity, a limited state of being. And when you're wanting to attract, create, or manifest, what's running the show and what you're trying to create from is this small, powerless part to avoid pain and rejection, rather than from your greater I am space of the magnificent, amazing creator that you are, and who's facing the future to open their arms and embrace everything that's rightfully yours. But what stops us, and we're not going to go into this today, but we're going to make some space for it, is that fear of leaving that small, powerless part of ourselves behind. So what we do is we create this story. We get this split in our thinking. And it shows up in weird ways. Like, I'd really love to just explore enlightenment. I want more time to meditate. And I want to have a business that I love, that I'm not just, humping it all the time. I'm not breaking my back, but I got those bills to pay. I got those things, those little things called debt, right? I got this little, weird need to live in a house. What's, crazy me. But you're actually slamming yourself back because you're going, I'm powerless. And what happens when you actually embrace that powerful part of yourself and start acting from that, you're in flow. And yeah, there's still going to be a work that you find meaningful, and it's going to pay you. And you're going to have relationships, but they're going to be more fulfilling. And you're going to be meeting the challenges of life, but you'll be meeting it in courage, grace, and dignity. There's going to be this openness. You're not going to be shrinking back. And then when you decide what you need, you have the courage not only to ask for it, but you have the courage to act upon it. And it opens up your resources. Now, all that sounds amazing. You go, yes, I want that. I've been working on that. I've been trying to get that thing, right? We all have. And I do have a little workshop this Saturday. I'll make sure that you'll see the link for that, but this isn't a promo for that. But we're going to talk about where we talk about the three forces that you have to master to manifest whatever you want. But the secret is, who's the manifester? Who's the one calling forth those forces? And that's what we're going to talk about. And that's who we're going to meet today. So we're going to be connecting. We're going to be just creating this open space for what you need. Now, you may have a financial or a health need. There may be an emotional need. You may need, some comfort. You may need an answer. Whatever it is, today we're going to open the space for that, for you. Okay? And I felt so validated. I saw a study come out where it talked about when you have a negative emotion of, a fear, anxiety come up. Researchers, they started studying this and they said what they found in the subjects is when an emotion would come up, if the people, what they taught the people to do is to simply observe the emotion, be present to it, and do nothing. And you know how long it would take for that emotion to not just, like, oh boy, that blew up. Good thing that blew up and that left. No, to get resolved. Less than 90 seconds. So in less than 90 seconds, you can transform everything in your life. That sounds like a big promise, but if you think about it, what's running the show? Fear, regret, anger, right? And all this stuff that's unprocessed and unexpressed in us because of we did not get a need met. So let's be present to ourselves today. Okay? Thank you so much for joining. So I want to just come back to this lens one more time. And I want to just have you just close your eyes and just be present to yourself. Now, the best way to do that is to just breathe with your eyes closed, just kind of slightly look down towards your body. This is you tuning into your feelings. And just ask yourself, what do I need right now? What do I need? And being in need, what feelings are coming up for you? Powerless, shame, frustration. How do you usually talk to yourself about this need, and particularly this need that's not being met? Are you encouraging? Do you say, we're going to figure this out. I can figure this out. It's going to happen. Or do you berate yourself? Do you say, oh my God, how did you get here again? Here you go. One more time. What were you thinking? Do you criticize yourself? You do that? That's okay. You didn't know any better. Open your eyes for a second. Take a breath. Look around. When you tuned into what you needed, was it having a bill paid? Was it a new car? Was it having a love life, having the love of your life? When you tuned into that need, what popped up? Post in the comments if you can. I bet it literally had nothing to do with your physical needs. Okay, so now, I hope you can type that in, put that in the comments. But at least be aware, because we want to create contrast. Time. Someone wrote time. Yes, I know that feeling. Oh my gosh, if I could just have time to think, time to myself. Time. Okay. So think about how you experience time right now. Without a story, just notice how you experience time right now. Does it rush up on you? Does it run over you? Is it something that runs out? Is it always too short? Just notice how you think about time. Jody, think about how you think about freedom. Whatever word came up. Now tune back in to whatever part of you spoke that to you, and just be in your awareness of that need for time, that need for freedom. You could have a need for a sense of security. you could need assurance, whatever came up for you. Close your eyes, tune back in, and now in your mental conversation, you could say out loud or quietly, I want you to have the time you need, or I want you to have the freedom you need. Breathe. And in this space between not knowing and not knowing, having, not having, being, not being, just let there be love. Remember to breathe. Bringing your attention to your heart and the love in your heart. Just invite whatever part of you said, give me time, give me freedom. I need this from you. Who do you think that part's talking to? Not the ego part of you, but the I am part of you, the God creator part of you. So that part of you has knocked, and it knocks through anxiety, worry, sleeplessness, accidents. It knocks all the time. And today you answered. And now it's asked. And so now will you give that time, that freedom, that attention, that security, acknowledgement, whatever that part of you asked for? Will you give it? Will you give it? To whatever degree it's within your power in this moment, but will you at least commit to it? I didn't feel a single no from any one of you. Thank you. So open your eyes again. And so when you think about this need, this deeper need that came up, now when you think about all the stuff you're doing, is it to take care of that need? I bet it is. Even if you went out and extended yourself financially through debt, even if you overcommitted in your relationships, even if you doubled down on work, it was an attempt to take care of that. And it wasn't really what it was asking for. And you didn't do anything wrong. You were trying to figure it out. And you had some things you wanted. And we live in a different world, and these things are necessary. So what are we going to do? We're going to be present to our choices the way we were present to our need. Ooh, did you feel that energy shift? Yeah, I mean, this big wave just came. Thank you. Let's be present to our choices. So now just close your eyes. And now we're just going to create this space inside of us. And when we do that, we're actually creating a capacity to receive. Okay. And the moment you said silently or out loud to that part of you, and you said, yes, I want you to have what you need, and you named that need, that's when you shifted. That made the shift. Now, some things are going to unroll. There's going to be some things in your outer world that look contrary to this decision. And all that's happening is some things that you've already set in place have to complete themselves. Okay. So don't think that it's not happening. It's absolutely happening. Okay. So this is the first step in manifesting what you desire. You've got to know how to have a different conversation with yourself. Okay. So Now think about the outer need that you immediately, that wakes you up at night. And at night, you're not waking up going, gosh, if I only had time, if I only had freedom. No, you go, oh my gosh, the bills are coming. I need a car. I got to get a job. I've got this family situation. I got to fix my health. I need a solution, right? That thing that is circulating in your brain that can't get resolved because it's waiting on an answer from you. And it keeps knocking at your door mentally to get it resolved, and you have the power within you. But it starts with learning how to have a new conversation and being present, being in your awareness. Okay. And when you're aware and you're present, amazing things starts happening. You're giving space for the answer to arrive. Is this helpful so far? Is this making sense? Okay. Who's ready to go in command specifically for what it is you need right now? And straight up, do you need money? Do you need time? Do you need freedom? What does freedom mean? What does that actually look like to you? Right? So you've got to have a representation. What would give you more freedom? I bet money would be a big help, right? And but maybe you taking control of your schedule and saying, I'm going to give myself the space I need to think. But whatever it is that you need, that you are wanting to command for, how do you want to receive it? What is the state of being that you want to receive it in? Yeah, gratitude, joy, appreciation. So now just tune into yourself and think about that feeling of gratitude or joy or appreciation or all of it. But let's say your solution arrived. It was a big fat check. It was a phone call that from someone that you really need to get that phone call from. How would you feel? That email came through. And what arrived was more than what you ever thought possible. What if, I need this, and if you're trying to scrunch yourself down and increase your tolerance for pain, instead of that, what would it be like if you were increasing your capacity to receive? Woo! Yeah, that. And so now just allow whatever is in you to start opening. Yeah, drop those shields, all those defenses. Hey, kick out those straight up lies you've been telling yourself about why you're not good enough and why you can't have it and why it seems like everybody else has it but you. Those are lies. And embrace the joy. So, whatever it is you're commanding for, the specific thing, not the feeling, the specific thing. I don't know how and state your command. Okay? I know what I'm commanding for. You're commanding for the outcome, not the way. Okay? You're commanding for the outcome, not the how. I don't know how I state the outcome you desire. I only know it is so now, or I do now, and I am fulfilled. So we're going to go very quickly through the 6 steps because you're already there. So just bring your attention back to your body and ground. Feel your connection to the earth's connection to you. And the best way to kind of do that is wiggle your toes, move your feet a little, and adjust your hips. And just kind of raise and drop your shoulders. Then there you go. You're right in your body. Now bring your attention to your heart as you're aligning to your purpose. The purpose is whatever it is that you want to create that will, whatever it is you need right now. Money. Do you need more time? Do you need a solution? Do you need a car? Do you need a recipe? Do you need resolution or an answer? Whatever that is, be specific. And now just connect into the love in your heart, into that I am. You have to say, I am. One more time. I am. One more. I am. And now between you, the I am, and what you need, let there only be love. There we go. Don't resent those bills. Don't resent that debt. Let there only be love. Now I invite you to become aware of your connection to Source. And just very softly, with your eyes closed, roll your eyes up as if you're trying to look up through the top of your head. Very lightly lift your chin up. And roll your eyes up and picture, visualize, or imagine you're traveling up a pole of light. And you're just going right through the universe, the entire known universe. And soon you find yourself at the velvety black void of space. In the distance, you may see a teeny pinprick of light break through the darkness into the light of pure, open potential. There we go. Now we're going to state the command. And it's the command for the thing that you need. And you know exactly what you need and how you need it. You know how much you need of it. Because you're the one in charge. There we go. I don't know how and state your command. So it'd be, I don't know, I now have the $10,000 in my bank account. I don't know how my debt is paid in full. I don't know how I have the new car. I don't know how I have my health insurance. I don't know how I have the medical procedure is now completed and I'm happy and healthy. I don't know how I have happy family relationships, whatever that is. I don't know how and state your command. I only know it is so now and I am fulfilled. And now we're just going to let that go. It's done. It's done. Let your eyes relax. Let that expand out to an idea even greater that serves more good in its fulfillment. Yeah, what if you had that amazing job? What if your business took off? What if you had unexpected money come in? What if suddenly you had plenty of time and money? What if your family or love relationship just did a 180 and just started blossoming and being nurturing and satisfying? I don't know. And what greater good could arrive from that? And what greater good could arrive from that? And now let's just start receiving with gratitude and that joy, that delight, that appreciation. Just start receiving. And as you're receiving, just notice literally you're like the ground that is so ready to receive the rain, and you're able to take it in and receive it and absorb it. And as this new energy and the state of being arrives, we're just going to let all that fear and doubt and shame and frustration, all those old tapes just unwind. And this could be instant, and you may notice it over a few days. But now just allow these new ideas, this new state of being, this greater awareness start to rewind and integrate. before you open your eyes, do an internal check-in and think about what you need, that outer need, that money, the car, the rent, the solution, the relationship, the freedom, all of that. When you tune into that, does it feel possible? What do you know now that you didn't know before? Ideas may start coming in, but before those come in, the solution is arriving. It's right here. But now tune back into that part of you that you were speaking to when you said, I want you to have what you need. And to that part of you that you were speaking to. Remember what that answer was before? Time, freedom, love, safety, acceptance, whatever those words were. What do you feel and know now? Of course, we always say to be sure and make notes, because a lot of ideas are going to start flooding you. And so write them down. And the solution, because you don't want to lose it. It's kind of like waking up from a dream and you go, that was amazing. But wait, what was the dream? Get it written down as quickly as possible. And what do we say? Hey, that 7th step is inspired action. Be ready to go for it. Hey, David, thank you for joining us. So tune in. I'd love to see your comments about what you noticed before and after. And this is a key piece in doing the one command. We want to create the contrast. There's what you believed before, you do the command, and you notice how you feel about it or believe on the other side, right? And then you act from that new belief. All right. All right. Wonderful. Okay, so I hope that you enjoyed this. Let me see. I saw some names all of a sudden pop up. Hello, Miss Emily. Hello, Renee. Hello, Miss Lauren. We've got some high fives, but it's kind of hard for me to see exactly who's on right now. But thank you so much for joining. And I'm going to be back tomorrow. Now, this is... Gosh, is it only Tuesday? This week, we're going to be creating this open space. Today, I talked more than I meant to, but we just want to be in this open space. And then what do we do on Friday? Friday's Commanding Cash-a-thon Day. Commanding Cash-a-thon Day. Commanding Cash-a-thon Day. So we're going to be gathering all this energy and this power, this open state of being, and we're going to be taking it right to the line, right to that day, and we're going to start calling in that money. So be sure and join me every Friday right here for the Commanding Cash-a-thon. All right, my love. You're amazing. I've witnessed your mastery. Until next time, this is Catherine Perry, the Big Vision Coach. I love you. Bye-bye.